Let's start by tracing a single drop of water from Lake Victoria in Uganda. If you follow the River Nile thousands of kilometers north, you eventually reach this sweeping green delta cutting right through the desert, ancient Egypt. That river was the main engine of their society. It provided mud for bricks, reeds along the banks to weave into early paper, and a massive water highway capable of transporting incredibly heavy cargo. This is the Great Pyramid of Giza, a secure, heavily engineered limestone tomb built to protect the mummified body of the pharaoh, their supreme ruler. Compare that heavy stone construction to the Kasubi tombs in Uganda. Here, builders used organic materials like woven reeds, wood, and a large circular thatched dome to honor the kings of Buganda. While the architectural shapes and materials differ, the engineering in both places serves a shared goal. Both were driven by a belief system focused on preparing and protecting a deceased king for eternity, a concept known as the cult of the dead. Inside the tombs, the walls became a functional canvas. Because they believed the pharaoh would magically use these images in the afterlife, artists painted food, servants, and the gods directly onto the stone. To ensure the pharaoh's proportions were exact every single time, artists mapped out their figures using mathematical grid lines applied directly to the plaster. These grids enforced a specific set of rules. First, the human head was drawn strictly in profile, showing a side view of the face. The eye, however, was drawn as if looking straight at the viewer, even while the face remained turned sideways. Moving down the body, the torso twists. Both shoulders and the chest are presented broad and completely flat to the viewer. Finally, the legs and feet twist back to the side, matching the direction of the head in a walking position. This style is called frontalism, or twisted perspective. Rather than a realistic photograph, it functioned as an anatomical checklist, ensuring every physical feature was clearly visible and available for the spirit to use in eternity. Try holding that pose, head sideways, shoulders flat, feet sideways. It is physically impossible. Now, look at these three faces. Which one of them breaks the strict rules of frontalism? The face with the side view eye is incorrect. Drawing a profile eye hides the full shape, violating the requirement to show each body part from its most recognizable angle. We see similar rules in how they organized groups. This farmer and enemy soldier are planted firmly on a flat horizontal baseline, a requirement for all Egyptian compositions. When the pharaoh is added to the scene, he is drawn massive, towering over the other figures. This is hierarchical scale. Physical size on the wall has nothing to do with distance from the viewer. Instead, it is a direct indicator of social importance and divine power. On this authentic papyrus scroll, we see these rules working together: the strict baselines, the twisted perspective of the bodies, and the clear size difference between figures. In the spaces around the figures, they added hieroglyphics, a picture-based writing system used to document the names and stories of the deceased. Artists finished these pieces with solid, natural pigments, like red, gold, and black. They kept the colors flat, avoiding any three-dimensional shading or blending. Let's review the core components of this system: the religious focus of the cult of the dead, the massive stone architecture of the pyramids, and the technical rules of frontalism and hierarchical scale. By standardizing these rules for over 3,000 years, the ancient Egyptians created a consistent visual code that allowed their cultural history to remain legible across the centuries.